The news we're following tonight, a Jacksonville traffic stop that ignited national outrage now ruled justified. Tonight, the state attorney's office says the officer's use of force against William McNeil Jr. was lawful, releasing a detailed investigative memo explaining why no charges will be filed. McNeil Jr.'s legal team is firing back, calling on the Department of Justice to investigate. Our Christina Burgess is live outside the state attorney's office where she's been breaking down the findings with our First Coast News crime and safety expert, Christina.
Well, yeah, Anthony, in this newly released memo from the state attorney's office, they clear Jacksonville officer DJ Bowers of any wrongdoing in his encounter with William McNeil Jr. Our First Coast News crime and safety expert Mark Bachman breaks down the findings and why prosecutors say the officer's actions were legal under Florida law. In a 16-page investigative memo released Wednesday, the state attorney's office explains why it found Officer Bowers' actions during a February traffic stop involving William McNeil Jr. justified. The memo states Bowers was interviewed by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Integrity Unit. He told investigators that on February 19th, he saw McNeil's car parked at a home under surveillance for drug activity. He also observed 2 traffic violations. The car was being driven without headlights, and McNeil was not wearing a seatbelt. During the stop, Bowers says McNeil repeatedly refused to exit the vehicle. When McNeil reached toward the center console and his hand couldn't be seen, Bowers says he broke the window, struck McNeil, and pulled him out of the car. He described the strike as a distractionary blow. The state attorney's office found that explanation credible and ruled that the use of force did not constitute a criminal act. Our First Coast News crime and safety expert Mark Bachman explains the tactic.
It doesn't look good, but it is a divert. It shocks him, and it did make him lift his hands. It's still not good that the police have to use that kind of force, but it does alleviate the officer's situation.
The report also notes the state attorney's office never interviewed McNeil. Instead, they referenced his public statements and GoFundMe page, which they claim included misinformation. The report concludes that McNeil ignored 12 lawful commands during the stop, and Officer Bowers' actions were justified under Florida law.
All those are mitigating factors they tied together, and they incorporated that in the memorandum to support what their ruling was. And there was nothing wrong that the officers did here.
McNeil's attorneys released a statement in response saying in part, quote, "Let's be clear. The state attorney's office never interviewed William McNeil. They did, however, try to excuse the fact that Officer Bowers failed to disclose his unlawful distractionary strike," end quote. And McNeil's attorneys are also calling on the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate this incident and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. According to the state attorney's office, no criminal charges will be filed against Officer Bowers. Reporting live in downtown Jacksonville, Christina Burgess, First Coast News on your side.